In a season full of popular new shows and mega hit sequels, it's easy to forget that it's often kids shows that end up making the most impact. In the case of this season, one of the most popular shows is a stop motion series about guinea pig cars named Pui Pui Mallka. Stop motion has an odd place in Japan, with most creations being by only a few studios. It's an extremely time-consuming process that doesn't seem to reach the popularity of 2D or 3D animated shows. The main stop motion studio in Japan is Dwarf Studios, who often work with the national broadcaster the NHK, often using their Domokun mascot. But Dwarf have since gotten involved in anime production themselves, sometimes creating openings like for Beastars, and now also creating Rilakkuma and Karu for Netflix. But Mallka isn't produced by Dwarf, but instead is created by independent artists with support from Shin-Ei Animation, the studio famous for Doraemon. Both created and directed by Tomoki Misato, at 29 years old, he's considered young for a director. Many of the other stop-motion artists don't belong to a single studio, but instead are passionate animators in their own right who helped Misato create the show. Interestingly, one of these is storyboard artist Hana Ono, part of the two-person group Uchu People, a married couple that created the stop motion for Pop Team Epic. Mallka airs on TV Tokyo at 7:30 on Tuesday mornings as a part of a primetime slot for kids, right before school, and each episode is only 2.5 minutes long. In it, there's a standalone scenario involving each of the 5 guinea pig turned cars. And unlike Aardman's world famous claymation, the Mallkas are created with felt dolls, where they are moved and formed through careful needlework. However, that's not the only form of stop motion here. There are also characters animated from little figures, and when they need them to move, they switch to images of real life people, or in one case, a cat. Much like with stop motion, instead of filming the real people, they take pictures of them in different positions so that they fit the visual pace of the Mallkas. This is Misato's first time making a show, previously having won awards for his short film work, and while he was nervous about creating 12 episodes, it's great that the producers allowed him the creative vision to make something that doesn't conform to what you'd expect from either a kids show or an anime. On the Bandai Namco YouTube channel, while the episodes are only available for 1 week at a time, they reach millions of views, while the Mallka Twitter account has 270,000 followers. Since most of the audio is just squeaking, the stories are immediately accessible to anyone, regardless of what language they speak. Misato came up with the idea of Mallkas based on the idea of a happier society. People often get frustrated during traffic jams, but he figured it'd be a lot nicer and more environmentally friendly if all those cars happened to be guinea pigs instead. It's an odd yet nice thought that led to the creation of an odd yet adorable show. Thanks for watching Otaquest in Japan. Feel free to subscribe to find out more about the art and creation of Japanese pop culture.